Steff, before we look ahead to the next two rounds of the World Series, let's look back at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, it was a great tournament. It was obviously my first tournament, but it was a great venue, great location. I think that helped set the boys up well for a good tournament. And in fairness, the boys, they delivered well and got to quarter final with a really young and inexperienced group, and we were really pleased with it.
So what lessons can you take out of the first round going into the next block, which of course is two rounds, first in Dubai and then followed by South Africa?
Yeah, I think some of the boys, there was some key moments in particularly the South Africa game and the Fiji game, whereas if we'd have done a couple of little things differently, then the results might have gone our way, and who knows what could have happened then. So we've sat down, we've had some honest sessions, we looked at the video where we could have done things differently, and we're looking to learn those lessons and apply them going forward into Dubai and SA.
You've made a few changes to the squad for the next two rounds. What's the thought process behind that?
It was a little bit. Luke Jahan wasn't available, so we were always going to have to make some changes. But equally, what we're keen to do is to develop a pool of players across the season that will come with us on the journey, really. And there's Ali Jenkins has come in for his first cap. Good opportunity for Ali to gain some IRB experience. Steff Jones has come into the half-back slot. That's perhaps where we've struggled a little bit, and Steff is hopefully you can fill that in for us, fill that spot for us long term going forward. And Lloyd Evans has obviously come into the forward group in place of Gareth Smith, who was kicked on in the regional setup on the back of his success in Gold Coast, and has been involved in the Blues first team setup. So that's a bit of a success story there. So hopefully it'll help Lloyd as well.
So is it a good thing or a bad thing that someone like Gareth Smith performs really well in the sevens, comes back and then he's not available to you? How do you view that sort of situation?
Yeah, I think we've got to understand what our role is to develop some of the players for both the regional game and the national game, play a part in their journey, and they can help us play a part in what we're trying to achieve. It is, I think as long as we've got the core of our group that stays constant, then it's no major issue for us. We're always going to have a little bit of change around the fringes of our squad, and it's a success story really that Garen's kicked on.
So looking ahead to Dubai in particular, what are you hoping to get out of that?
I think in Dubai we've definitely set the benchmark. I think in Gold Coast with a quarter-final berth. It's made our draw easier, so we've got to look at that as a minimum really, with our pool, etc. So yeah, a quarter-final place would be nice again, and anything else would be a bonus.
And obviously if you do get to the quarterfinals, that makes the seedings that much easier the following week in South Africa.
Yeah, and it's a big thing. We've learned that from Gold Coast, where we had to work really hard. Being the third seed in the pool, got into the quarter-final, which is a really good effort. And I think now we've got into the second tiers, second seedings, and I think we've got to kick on and make the most of that really, and make sure that not only the SA tournaments but all the tournaments going forward we're there or thereabouts.
And do you think you can do that?
Yeah, I see no reason why not. The boys who've come in, they've been really good. They've added to the group, and I think that they've got that tournament experience now from Gold Coast going forward, and I think if they apply the lessons that Gareth's worked with them on, then we could be in a really good place.